My dear students, as you have seen the video, I think that you have got an idea of the topic that we are going to deal with today in this video. Students, today we are going to study a very philosophical, very important and very beautiful poem from the textbook of 12th standard, that is poem number 2, and the title of the poem is The Indian Weavers, and this poem is written by the Nightingale of India, Sarojini Naidu. But before going to start the poem, let's have a short introduction to the poetess. Friends, Sarojini Naidu was born in 1879 and she died in 1949. She is well known as a political activist, feminist and a famous writer. She was the first Indian woman who became the president of Indian National Congress. She is known as, or she is called as, the Nightingale of India or Bulbul-e-Hind. Her famous literary work is The Golden Threshold. It is the collection of poems. It is her first collection of poems, and her famous poems are Indian Weavers and In the Bazaars of Hyderabad. The present poem, The Indian Weavers, is taken from the collection of poetry that is The Golden Threshold, and it is taken from the folk section of The Golden Threshold. Friends, we know that weaving is one of the important vocations in India, and weavers are the important folk characters. The poem Indian Weavers is a very short lyric, a very short poem, but though the poem is very short, it has deep layers of meanings. And for getting those meanings, we have to understand the use of symbolisms. To clarify the meaning, to get the idea that the poetess wants to convey us, we must study the use of symbolism in this poem. Friends, in earlier videos also I told you that the use of symbolism is one of the key features of poetry. The poet does not convey his ideas directly. He uses symbols. For example, red rose is the symbol of love, or red color is the symbol of danger. In the same way, in this poem, in the present poem also, the poetess Sarojini Naidu has made an extensive use of symbolism. And understanding the use of symbols by the poetess is very important for the better understanding of the poem. We know that the poem is about the activities of the Indian weavers, and these activities symbolize the journey of human life from birth to death. This is a very short poem of only 3 stanzas, and every stanza mentions, in every stanza, a different time of the day is mentioned. In every stanza, a different colored cloth is mentioned, and different time and different colored cloth symbolize a different stage of human life, that is childhood, adulthood and death, in 3 different stanzas. Before going to these symbols, I want to tell you about the Hindu Trinity of Gods that I have mentioned at the bottom of this chart, that is Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. Mahesh is called as Rudra or Shiva also. We know that these gods have a very different significance in Indian mythology. For example, Brahma is related to the creation of the world. It is supposed that Brahma created this world. Vishnu is related to the preservance or caretaking of the world. And Shiva is related to the destroyance of the world. In simple language, Brahma is the symbol of creation. Brahma is called the creator of the world. Vishnu is the symbol of preservance or caretaking or sustainer, or Brahma is called as the caretaker or preserver or sustainer of the world, and Shiva is called the destroyer or the transformer of the world. Now let's see how the skillful use of symbols by the poetess makes this piece of writing a very philosophical poem. In the first stanza, the time mentioned is the morning time. And morning time is the symbol of something happiness, something new that takes place in our life. And At this morning time, the weavers are weaving a colorful cloth, a blue colored cloth, and blue color also symbolizes something fresh in our life. And the use of the symbols like morning time, blue colored cloth symbolize the childhood stage of human life. The childhood stage of human life is symbolized by the morning time and the blue colored cloth. And childhood is the symbol of something beautiful, something happiness, or it is the symbol of happiness, freshness, hope, and it is the symbol of creativity and beginning of the life journey. And childhood symbolizes Brahma. As we saw earlier, Brahma is related to the creation of the world. He is the creator of the world. Here, the newborn child or the childhood is related to Brahma. Brahma symbolizes the chance that we get to visit this earth, the chance that we get to exist in this world. And here the newborn child or the childhood stage of life suggests Brahma or symbolizes Brahma. In the second stanza, the time mentioned is the dusk time. Dusk time means the time that is there after the setting of the sun and before approaching of the darkness. In simple words, dusk time means the evening time. And at this time of the day, the weavers are weaving a vibrant cloth, a vibrant garment, where there is a mixture of purple and green color. They are weaving the cloth, the garment of purple and green color. We know that the purple and green color also symbolize the unhappy and happy moments or the sorrows and joys of human life. Here in this stanza, the dusk time or the purple and green colored cloth symbolize the second stage of human life, that is adult stage. And we know that adult stage is the symbol of active life. We become active in this stage of life. It means that we have ambitions, we have passions to do something, and we get the sense of responsibility also, and that's why we get active, and that's why adult stage is the symbol of active life. Then we get love also. This is the symbol, adulthood is the symbol of marriage also, as mentioned in the poem, dusk time mentioned in the poem. In India, I want to tell you that in India generally the marriages take place in large number at dusk time, at evening time. And so dusk time can be the symbol of marriage also, and marriage can be the symbol for adult stage also. And in adult stage we get a lot of love. It is a kind of dreamy world. It is a kind of dreamy world where we spend the time as if we are living in dream, where we spend the time very happily. But at the same time we have to struggle a lot. We have to fight a lot. So it is the symbol of happiness and struggles. It is the mixture of ups and downs. It is the mixture of joys and sorrows. And this is indicated by the cloth that the weavers weave. The cloth is not monocolored cloth. The cloth is not a single colored cloth. There are different colored threads. And because of the mingling of different colors of threads, the cloth become attractive, the cloth become vibrant. In the same way, our life becomes attractive, our life becomes interesting because of the ups and downs in our life, because of the struggles and happiness in our life. And this adult stage is related to Vishnu. Adult stage symbolizes Vishnu. As we saw, Vishnu is the preserver, Vishnu is the caretaker, he is the administrator, or Vishnu is the sustainer of the world. And he inspires us at this stage of life. He inspires us to value life, to give importance to life by nurturing, by having the will, by nurturing the desire to sustain life, to continue life. Though there are ups and downs, though there are struggles, though there are difficulties in our life at this stage of life, we have to sustain, we have to continue our life, and that is shown, that is indicated by Vishnu. And that's why adult stage is related. Adult stage symbolizes Vishnu. In the third stanza, the time mentioned is the moonlight chill. Chill means calm. Calm night, dark night, late night or night. The time mentioned in simple words is night time. And at this time, the weavers are weaving a white shroud. Shroud means a cloth that is used to cover the body of the dead. That is used to wrap the dead body. That is called as the shroud. And here, the white shroud or the night time symbolizes the third stage of human life, that is death. And we know that death is the symbol of sorrow. It symbolizes grief. It is the symbol of colorlessness, lifelessness, emotionlessness. Or death can be the symbol of purity. Like white cloth can be the symbol of purity also. Purity, we get purified. We saw that in adulthood, in adult stage of life, we have ambitions, we have dreams, and to fulfill those dreams, we struggle a lot. And while struggling a lot, the desires like greed, pride, the desires like lust enter in our mind, and we get purified after death of these evil desires. These evil desires are destroyed after death. It is the symbol of unity also. We get united with the Almighty. Our soul gets united to the Almighty, that is God, and it is the symbol of possibility also. Death is the symbol of possibility also. It is possible. Regeneration or rebirth is possible after death only. And death is related to Shiva. Death symbolizes Shiva. We know Shiva is the destroyer. Shiva is the transformer. And after life, death comes. And death means the destruction of life. And that's why death is related to Shiva. In the same way, all the evils that entered in our mind in our adulthood are destroyed in the form of death. And that's why death is the symbol of purity. Death is the symbol of transformation from something evil to something good. And that's why death is related. Death is symbolized by Shiva. Here are some of the important themes of the poem, and one of the major themes of the poem is the activities of Indian weavers. Friends, we know that the Indian weavers go on weaving different garments at 3 different times of the day in this poem. So the theme of the poem is the work, craft and skill of the Indian weavers. But friends, this is the theme that we get at the very first sight of the poem or at the very first reading of the poem. But if you read the poem thoroughly, you will come to know that the poem is about the 3 different stages of the journey of human life. And those stages are childhood, adulthood and death. 3 different stanzas of the poem show 3 different stages of the human life. The first stanza shows the childhood, the second adulthood, and the third stanza of the poem deals with the death of human life. So in simple words, we can say that another theme of the poem is the 3 different stages of human life, and those stages are the childhood, the adulthood and the death in the journey of human life. Now let's turn to the poem, and the title of the poem is The Indian Weavers, and this poem is written by the Nightingale of India, that is Sarojini Naidu. There are only 3 stanzas in the poem, and we shall have a detailed analysis of each and every line of the poem. At the same time, we shall try to find out how the poetess makes use of the different symbols and how she shows the 3 different stages of human life, that is childhood, adulthood and death, and how the skillful use of these symbols make this piece of writing a very philosophical poem. So here is the first stanza. Weavers weaving at break of day, why do you weave a garment so gay? Blue as the wing of a halcyon wild, we weave the robes of a newborn child. The first two lines of every stanza is a question by the poetess to the weavers, and the remaining two lines of every stanza is the answer given by the weavers to the poetess. So, the weavers are weaving at the morning time. The time mentioned in the first line is the break of the day. It means that it is the morning time. And at this time, the weavers are weaving very happily. The weavers are weaving very happily. They are weaving a cloth, and that cloth is very gay, means happy. Actually, the cloth cannot be gay, but it is fresh. It is looking vibrant. It is looking to be very attractive. And the poetess asks at this morning time, why do you weave a garment so gay? The weavers answer, blue as a wing, as the wing of a halcyon wild. We are weaving the cloth, we are weaving a garment, and that is as blue as the wing of the kingfisher. Halcyon means the kingfisher, the bird kingfisher. The cloth that we are weaving is like the wing of the kingfisher. Here the poetess uses the simile figure of speech. When there is the comparison between two dissimilar things and at least one similarity is shown, then there the figure of speech is simile. And here the blue cloth is compared directly to the wing of halcyon or the kingfisher. The weavers answer that we are weaving this cloth, we are weaving this garment, we are weaving this dress, we are preparing the dress for the newborn child. We are weaving this cloth to prepare the dress for the newborn child. Here it means that morning is the symbol of happiness. Morning is the symbol of new beginning. The blue cloth is the symbol of something fresh. The blue cloth is the symbol of newborn child, the childhood. And the morning time, the blue colored cloth symbolizes the childhood of our life. And we studied that childhood is the symbol of happiness. Childhood the symbol of freshness. Childhood is the symbol of beginning of the journey of life. Childhood is the symbol of carefree life, and childhood is related to Brahma, because Brahma is the creator of the world and Brahma is the life giver, and because of Brahma we get life, we get the chance to exist in this world, we get the chance to see this world, and childhood is related to Brahma in this sense, or childhood symbolizes Brahma, because Brahma symbolizes the chance to exist in this world, the chance that we get to see this world. Now let's go to the second stanza. Weavers weaving at fall of night, why do you weave a garment so bright? Like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage veils of a queen. Here the time mentioned in the second stanza is the fall of night, means the dusk time. Dusk time means the time that is there after setting the sun and before approaching of the darkness. In simple language, it is called as the evening time. And at this time, the weavers are weaving a multicolored cloth. The weavers are not weaving a single colored or a monocolored cloth. There is a mixture of purple and green color in this cloth. And the poetess asks the weavers, why are you weaving such a bright cloth? The cloth is looking to be very bright, very vibrant, very beautiful, very attractive. Why? Because the weavers answer that like the plumes of a peacock, purple and green, we weave the marriage veils of a queen. The cloth, the garment looks very beautiful because there is the mixture, there is the combination, there is the mingling of different colors like purple and green. Keep in mind that purple and green colors symbolize the sorrows and joys of life. These colors symbolize the unhappy and happy moments also. and as there is a combination of different colored threads, the cloth becomes so bright, so beautiful, so attractive. The weavers further say that this cloth looks like the plumes of peacock. Look at this simile. Once again, in second stanza also, the multicolored cloth is directly compared to the plumes of the peacock, and here direct comparison is there, and that's why the simile figure of speech is used by the poetess. We weave a marriage veils of a queen. The weavers once again answer that we are preparing this cloth, we are preparing this garment for the dress of a queen, for the marriage dress of a queen. The marriage or the evening time or the multicolored cloth, all these symbolize the next stage of human life, that is adult stage. I repeat, the marriage, the evening time and the multicolored cloth symbolize the second stage of human life, that is adult stage. And we know that adult stage is the symbol of happiness. Adult stage is the symbol of activeness, because at this time, at this stage of life, we have different ambitions, we have different targets to achieve, we have different dreams to be fulfilled, and that's why we get active. In the same way, we get married also, and we get a lot of love. Here, it symbolizes a kind of dreamy world, a kind of a world in which we get only happiness. Here, adulthood symbolizes a kind of dreamy world. It means that we live very happily at this stage of life. At the same time, we get the feelings of responsibilities also. We have to struggle a lot to fulfill our dreams, our targets, to achieve our ambitions. Here we have to face difficulties also. It means that in simple language, adult stage is the combination of struggles and happiness. It is the combination of difficult situations and joyful moments in our life. Means ups and downs are there. Here the adult stage is related to the Hindu god Vishnu. We saw that childhood is related to Brahma, and in the same way adult stage of life is related to Vishnu, because we saw that Vishnu is the preserver, Vishnu is the caretaker or sustainer or administrator of the world. Every human being, every life in this world, on this earth, comes in this world with a particular mission, with a particular motive, or with a particular aim in his life. And for achieving that aim, for completing that mission, he has to struggle a lot. And Vishnu inspires us to value life. Vishnu inspires us to give importance to life. And he also inspires us to nurture the desire, to have the will to sustain our life, to continue our life even though there is the struggle, the life is full of struggle, the life is full of difficulties. We should not live, we should not quit our life, we should sustain our life. And in this sense, we also go on sustaining our life, go on living our life. And in this sense, adult stage is related to Vishnu. Adult stage symbolizes the Hindu god Vishnu. Now let's go to the third stanza. Weavers weaving solemn and still, what do you weave in the moonlight chill? White as a feather and white as a cloud, we weave a dead man's funeral shroud. In the third stanza, the time mentioned is moonlight chill. Moonlight chill means the night time, the dead of the night, or the dark night, or the late night. In simple words, it is the night time. And at this time, the mood of the weavers is not good. It means that the mood of the weavers is quite unhappy. They are looking sorrowful. They are looking to be solemn. Solemn means serious mood. They are looking to be in serious mood. And at this time, they are weaving the white shroud. When the poetess asks, what are you doing at this time? Look at the question word what, because in the first two stanzas the poetess uses the word why, but here in the third stanza she uses the word what. And this word suggests perhaps the poetess is also confused. The poetess is confused. She is not sure why the weavers are in solemn mood, why the weavers are unhappy. And when she asks, what do you weave in the moonlight chill? Chill means calm, calm night, late night, dark night. The dark word dark itself suggests the sad mood. The word dark has the negative meaning. At that time, the weavers answer that we are weaving a white shroud, a shroud for funeral. Shroud means a white cloth in which the dead body is wrapped. A white cloth which is used to cover the body of the dead, that is called as shroud. And this word, the word shroud itself suggests the last stage of our life, that is death. The weavers answer that we are weaving a shroud, we are weaving a white cloth, and that cloth is directly compared to the feather of a bird and to the cloud, white cloud. Means there is direct comparison between the shroud and the feather and the white cloud, and that is why here also the poetess has used simile. Here in this stanza, the nighttime, the white shroud, all these symbolize the third and last stage of human being, that is death. And we know that death is the symbol of sorrow. Death is something lifeless, something emotionless. And here death is related to Shiva, one of the Hindu gods. We saw that Shiva is the destroyer of life. Shiva is the transformer of life. And here in this stanza, we see the poetess is talking about the last stage of human life, that is death. And death means the end of life. The death means end of life. End of life means our life comes to an end. Our life gets destroyed. And with our life also our evil things, our evil desires also will get destroyed. And in this sense, death is related to Shiva. At the same time, death is the symbol of purity, unity, possibility also. Purity, after death our life will be purified, or after death our soul will be united with the Almighty. So it is the symbol of unity also, and it is the symbol of possibility also, the possibility of rebirth, the possibility of regeneration. And Shiva is the transformer, and that's why our death also can be transformed, or our death also will get new life. And in this sense, again, our death is related, our death symbolizes Shiva. So friends, you must have realized that though the poem is very short, it has a very deep meaning. Though it is short, it is a very philosophical poem. The skillful use of symbols, the skillful use of metaphors by the poetess makes this piece of writing a great philosophical poem. If you want to get the answers of the questions that are there in the textbook, you follow the blog. The link of the blog is given here. I hope friends that you have understood the poem. In the next video, we will meet with another poem. Until then, bye.